everybody. Welcome to another episode, shall we say, of Smoke and Mirrors. Today's episode is brought to you by Overmorrow. It's not today. It's not tomorrow. It's the day after that. Overmorrow. Also brought to you by Ice. It's water, but it's cold and stiff. Ice.
This is the song I should have had before I started, but I didn't have a song. And so this is the song I should have had before I started, but I didn't have a song. And this is Smoke and Mirrors, it's Smoke and Mirrors, it's Smoke and Mirrors, y'all. This is Smoke and Mirrors, it's Smoke and Mirrors, it's Smoke and Mirrors, y'all. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? That was feeble. That was feeble. Hey. We're not going to waste a whole lot of time. It's already 4:20, and if you're here for a thing. So let's do the goddamn thing, and then we'll get back into the thing. There it is. That's what we're talking about. That's how we know we are officially here at Smoke and Mirrors. Hey, listen, if you were here yesterday, then I can't possibly imagine why you would be back. But thank you. You know, it is a hard time to be black in America, and I will let you in on a secret. That also sometimes makes it hard to be a little bit funny. And yesterday was one of those. Also, I had to save up all of the funny. There wasn't enough of a surplus because last night I was hosting, and shout out to the good folks at MRG Foundation and the Ungala that we very successfully had. The millions of dollars that these folks are raising and disseminating to black and brown community, women and femme-led initiatives, and doing it with very, very, very intentional action around lowering any borders, either to receive those grants as well as reporting and measures like that that they'd have to deal with them. So shout out to those folks. If you're here, I hope you have a bevy. Warm one if you are an idiot or not where I am. I think it's like right now about 92 degrees outside, which makes it about 178 in my apartment. Hi babies. I am so excited. I am so excited for everything we have coming today. I'm so excited for what we have coming in the next couple of weeks. If you're here and you're here for the reasons that have been advertised, then you know why you're here. And so I am going to bring Dahlia up in just a short second. Let's take care of some business and get to the fast of it all, though. Listen, coming up on Tuesday, we're going to have some more guests here. Absolutely. This is going to be our friends Lindsay, Elizabeth, Cork, and Charles Grant. These are a couple of folks who, along with a few other folks in this country, have become quite famous in the last week or so. And it is not a thing that either of them asked for. But you know, when the whites want to make you famous, they make you famous with or without your permission. And so we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about who those folks are, how they introduced us to a black gay icon in Manhattan. And we'll talk about the fact, once again, that that icon rescued that poor dog baby from the horrible woman abusing it. So that will all be coming up on Tuesday. Look forward to spending some time with you there and then. Coming up next, now, I am so fucking excited and so pleased for what is about to happen here. Dahlia Belle, Mix Dahlia Belle is a friend of mine, a collaborator. Is This person is the honestly one of the reasons that I have long ago forsaken the idea of wanting to walk around this world with the assumed privilege of a middle class white man. What I want is to be able to prance through this world with the audacity of a trans black woman. And this is one of the folks who, quite honestly, set goals for me in terms of self assuredness, in terms of honesty, in terms of provocation, and certainly in terms of comedy. And you are about to find out why, and then we'll talk a little bit about the rest of the bullshit after that. May I please introduce to you very proudly here at Smoke and Mirrors my first guest ever, Mix Dahlia Belle.
Oh my, this is amazing. It's magic. This is so unprecedented. This is my first time doing actual stand-up on the interwebs, which is already hacked to say interwebs, but I'm probably going to tell this one joke about COVID while we're here, because what the fuck else are we going to talk about? I've been just at work or in my apartment for the last how many years? I don't know. 2020 is the longest, pettiest year ever. And I used to hang around with like drag queens and twinks, and I've never met anything as petty as 2020. Fuck this year. Anyhow, I'm going to use my newfound fame. I mean, I'm the first guest on a prestigious talk show, and now famous enough to smoke on stage while performing, which I've never gotten to do because we live in Portland, and you know, poor little potheads' lungs, they can't handle smoke. I don't know. I'm always very subtle, by the way. That's part of my brand. I I don't like to do anything too extreme or severe. Oh. What else has been on my mind recently? So I just moved. This is my brand new home. I am speaking to you from our office because we're bougie like that. Um, and our cat, immediately upon moving in, decided to move into my bedroom closet, which is not full of clothes. And that is unacceptable. And my partner had the nerve to tell me, oh, it's okay. It's not like she'll throw up in the closet. But she lived in our last closet and threw up in the closet. So I know that's a lie. That's a bull. So I'm mad at the cat. And not just about the non-existent vomit, that has not happened yet, but living in the closet, not allowed in this household. I guess. Yes, I probably should clarify, in case Carlos did not imply heavily enough. I am a trans woman. However, I am more specifically non-binary, which is a mathematic term, meaning I don't give a fuck what you think. The catch that I am a non-binary femme, which does mean I write the words, well, actually too much on social media, and always follow them with the words, I'm sorry. So it's a fun life. We're living right now, not stressful at all. Not if you're queer, not if you're black, not if you breathe air. You know, it's super mellow right now. I'm very calm, very relaxed, anxiety totally under control. And there's totally not a cat vomiting on my clothes in my bed at this fucking moment. Let's just go to conversation.
Let's
How you
do
doing,
it.
babe?
We are doing so good. And as soon as I figure out the technology, we're going to be doing even better. You say right
Fantastic. I
there.
don't use technology at all.
See, now I'm in the corner. I could like, we could do this thing where I'm looking up at you once in a while, or we can figure out getting both of us on here at the same time. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't
Maybe.
want to spend too much time doing that. There we go. That's a little something. How's that look? That's something.
I,
That's something. This is my favorite part of everything.
You know,
There
I'm
we
trying
go.
TikTok now, and I never even had Snapchat. I don't.
See,
I'm totally out of touch with technology.
I'm gonna recrop you so you're still on screen. There we go. There's my lovely.
Yay!
Hey, how are you, my friend?
I am actually doing surprisingly well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How have you
Like
been
I said,
managing?
we just moved to a much nicer place.
When did y'all move?
Just this past weekend.
This past weekend? Did anybody help you, or y'all was just out there on your own trying to get everything situated?
Just out there on our own,
Okay,
like
okay.
women are. Like, not
Shit,
to make it political, because I never make things political.
shit. Look, if we don't
Not-
think we out there on our own right now, what the fuck is it, right? What the fuck is it? They letting it be known you are out here on your own, baby. Good God.
It's all right. Yeah, but we got it done. I got a new canopy bed. It's not ready yet
Okay, all right, all right.
because we ordered curtains, and yeah, it turns out that things take a really long time to show up nowadays.
Don't they? Don't they see
Yeah,
that? Okay, so I'm gonna tell the truth. I was hiding this, but like we were talking about before, right? It is so fucking hot in here right now, and like doing with the whole lighting and the everything else. I was supposed to have my air conditioning like 4 days ago, something like this. I've got a whole my ice vest sat all over my groin in order to lower the temperature enough to be able to be sat here under these goddamn lights. It is insanity out right now.
by the way, Carlos, I do appreciate you because if you made no mention of your ball ice, I was totally going to call you out on it.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, how are you?
Listen, I know honesty is the policy with you. I know honesty is the policy with you. Okay, so listen. I wanted to get into some of the real with you, right? And again, because you are inspiration, you are goals. Not only for me, I know for so many in the community, and by the community, I mean the community overall in Portland. I also mean absolutely within trans and queer community, but especially within the comedy community. And you set a very, very high bar, right? You set a very high bar in terms of things that to me seem most important to comedy, right? Showing up with honesty, with integrity, always being yourself, never fronting, right? And I know that you weren't born in the fabulous manner that you are now able to so freely walk the earth. And one of the things I never got to ask you, as in the many times we've hung out or worked together, is just like, what was your journey to self-discovery? Like, way more than coming out, like whatever for that, right? Like that, you know, it gets to a point I know where it starts. You don't have a choice. There's not an
Yeah,
option, right? But
yeah.
in terms of the places, like, because okay, so you have a child, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and as do I, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
he's
how,
amazing.
how old is your child?
He's 16.
16. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Wild, right?
Okay, so you have like 6 years parenting on me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sophia's
technically
10.
I'm older.
Say one more time.
Technically, I'm older than you.
Basically, technically. Okay, so that was 16 years ago. So 16 years ago, were you in relationship or
I was married,
you were
actually.
married? All right,
Yeah,
get down.
yeah. I
Okay,
was fully
okay,
to the enemy, in fact.
okay. So are you also a graduate of marriage or are you an escapee? I graduated,
Um,
technically divorced.
I would say I grew up.
Okay.
I grew up and out of marriage.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. As you were growing out of marriage, what was like? What was that like for you? Like that's fucking horrible, right? That
Yeah, yeah. It was. It was a train wreck, to be quite honest. You,
Right,
you
right, right,
did
right,
get
right, right.
right for the real.
I told you. I told you. We're gonna get a little real. We're gonna get a little real. We're gonna get here, but we're gonna get a little real. You know.
Yeah, it's all right. I've told the story plenty of times on stage as well. So, I got married at 21,
Okay.
okay, to a 19-year-old white woman.
Mm.
So that's why I'm divorced.
That is fair. That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are
no,
you from? Where are you from? Where was this happening?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Colorado. I'm from Boulder. So
Yes.
I've seen a pink nipple. I know what they
Yeah.
look like.
Yeah. You've made mistakes in life.
It's happened. It's
Yeah.
happened. It's happened. Okay. All right. So Wisconsin. So how did you find yourself in Portland?
So like
Not that our home isn't lovely.
no, like I said, so living in sorry, my hand's all in the camera. That's not classy. I
Your
so I
hands
was
all
looking
inside
at
is perfectly classy. We are not kink shaming. No kink shaming. Your hand can go as far in there as, as
Gotta
right.
get the duck.
Little
The
get
duck
it get
lips.
it.
We're very mature. I love that about us.
All right. So
So,
what were you saying? I'm sorry.
in the early 2000s, I was actually a musician,
Okay. What was
and
your craft? What was the?
I played electric bass.
Okay.
Mostly, at least when people paid me. I thought I played other instruments, but no one seemed to agree. So I
Okay.
played electric bass. um, so I came here as a musician. As Portland was supposed to be the next big thing. For some reason, it wasn't. Like the Decemberists and the Thermals got famous, and that was.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm offending so many people in Portland right now, but also it's Portland. No one gives a fuck.
So what year was this then? When was this about?
That would be 2003
Around 2003. Okay.
is when I was making that series of mistakes in life. So yeah, that's how I ended up out here.
All right. And when you came out here, was that with family in
With,
tow?
yeah,
Okay, so everybody came out here.
yeah, yeah.
Came out
Well,
here,
my kid came out of his mom's uterus
and you
here.
came out
Yeah.
in your self discovery. So what was that? What was that process like for you? Like, did you know young and tried to be a normie? I know because I know I tried really hard to be what I thought normal people are.
Yes, yes. That's why I have this fun little thing called PTSD now. Yeah,
Mm.
I tried real hard to play the game, and I did it rather well, I would say.
Okay.
I did successfully support a family of three and through my 20s,
Hmm.
and only went mildly insane and only thought about killing myself every day. So, it was worth it.
Well, it's the dream of capitalism, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. Just turn them into suicidal kids, convincing each other not to kill each other and themselves, and give them
Yeah.
stuff. If they have enough stuff, they'll be happy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So the stuff didn't make you happy. The family needed to transition, and you were moving to comedy, and you were transitioning. What was the stew?
Yeah, my ex transitioned to someone else's dick. So, I
Ow.
I transitioned to a therapist
Okay. Okay. Okay.
and worked my shit out.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Good. Good.
yeah.
Good. 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 All right. And so then when you started making the move toward like away from music, I guess away from music, are you away from music or are you ever
Yeah,
away from
I
music?
don't fuck with the music scene that much these days. I can only focus on one thing at a time.
Okay. So do you still
So
have an
like,
axe though? Do you still got a bass?
no,
No. Okay, so
no.
this is where we are. We're doing comedy.
Yeah, exactly. And
Okay.
writing, uh, I don't know why I do this for writing. That's not how in any
Is that
context. I
is that
don't
not how
know.
writing goes? Is that not what it is? Fuck, I've been fucking up. What, bitch? If this isn't it, then what am I doing? What have I been doing?
No wonder I've never finished this novel.
God damn it, that play won't get fit. See, I get it now. Okay, so you were writing, and what made you move to stand up? Like, did somebody tell you it was funny? It was like you had to get shit off your chest. What was it
Yeah,
that
no
got you
one
there?
ever told me I was funny. No, people hated me, I think, when I first started. But
Mm,
uh, honestly, I started doing comedy out of depression, which is, I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, why most people start doing comedy.
it's not
You know,
uncommon.
yeah, whether we want to talk about it or not, most of us were sad at some point, and we figured out a way to get over it by saying the craziest shit that came to our minds in the
Okay.
moment.
Yep.
And I'm no different.
Letting the words fly from the mouth hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say people hated me when I started, I'm not holding that against them. I am of a certain age, which we will not disclose. Uh, all the mathematicians in your audience already know how old I am, but I'm of a certain age, so I grew up on, the basic like HBO comedy specials and like the bro comics and all that sort of shit. And that's what I brought onto stage while trying to, communicate my own life. And it didn't make any sense.
Right.
It didn't line up.
Right.
And um, there's a local comic, Ben Harkins, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember what people say, especially not white men. But I believe he said something along the lines of um, stage presence is looking like you should tell the jokes you say.
Mm,
And I kind of took that in over time. And when I started, I still worked in a pharmacy. So I was always in like business casual with necktie,
mm-hmm.
the whole thing, but still doing the same jokes that I do now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was very confusing. No one knew what the hell was going on. They're like, is this a male feminist? Are they just having a schizophrenic break? And
Yeah.
then I just gradually started giving myself more and more permission to just do what I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Excellent. Excellent. And so you were doing the like the full range of the the sex jokes, the full range, right? Not just
yeah.
the race topics and whatever. And
Oh, no, no.
yeah.
It took me a long time to see humor in race, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had already come to have a sense of humor about my gender and sexuality.
Okay.
Um, and that also created some confusion starting out
Right. Right.
because I'm so flippant about gender. And
Yeah.
if people aren't putting the pieces together, it seems real problematic. And I get that.
That is
But,
fair. That is fair. So did was there an event or was it just being in the states, right? That radicalized and brought the race piece forward, right? Now, and I'm thinking about that because right now I can't see it yet, but I know that the way that culturally we respond to things is through humor, right? So the humor is going to be found. I think I was lighting the bong yesterday. I said this reminds me of Minneapolis, something like that. That was the the
Yeah.
and not from a place of I didn't find it particularly funny. It felt as dark as I like my coffee and nipples, but
Yeah.
it was definitely rooted in that irreverence or whatever. So I know humor is going to be born of this. Was there a moment, a thing that you were like, you know what, fuck this, I'm doing this shit. I'm saying this to these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest with you. The moment for me, uh, obviously, Courtenay
You,
and Jax of Dirty Angel.
you know I do. You know I do. You know I gotta
Yeah,
get Courtenay and Jakes up on this shit. You
yes,
know I gotta get Courtenay and Jakes up on this shit.
it would be shameful not to.
My lord.
Um, but yeah, I came here, I moved here from Wisconsin, isolated in my little family unit.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know anything about anything really. So when I started doing comedy, I thought I needed to get along. I needed to appeal to men. I needed to appeal to heterosexuals. I needed to appeal to white people. I especially needed to appeal to white women since that was my primary audience
Mm,
at
mm,
the
mm,
time.
mm, mm-hmm.
They who run the spaces. uh, so I played that game. And since for me, race, kind of like for you, like it's funny, but not funny, ha ha.
Right.
It's funny, like, can you believe this shit?
Yeah, yeah.
So I avoided that sort of humor starting out. And then the more I realized how full of shit everyone is,
Mm-hmm.
the more I decided I didn't care who I offended.
Mm-hmm.
So I just now say whatever I damn well please. And it seems to go over better.
Well, yeah, and it certainly does with me. And I will tell you, family, that as I said uh, when I was bringing you on, and I have said it to you personally and privately, and it is my honor to say so.
I think something else, by the way, when you say in private.
To tell you publicly that honestly, the first time I saw you, it wasn't even on stage yet. It was at a mic, and I was like, I have got to know who this person is because you looked at the sausage fest of Vienna Sausage Fest that was happening and chose to leave. I literally watched you walked over to the host to just be like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with this, and walked out. And I'm not gonna say what mic because I'm not here to shit on nobody mic. That's not the point.
Thank
That
you.
you did that, that for me was like, yo. Also, I was a little pissed because that meant that I wasn't going to get to show off for you, and I was like, wait a minute, whoever that is, I want them to see what I'm going to try to do. That I got to see you, and it is everything, especially live, and when you are feeding off of the both discomfort and joy of that audience.
Oh, it's so good.
It
It's so
is
good.
such a beautiful thing to see. It is such a beautiful thing to see, and it continues to be an honor for me to be a collaborator of yours, and to truly call you my friend. And I thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was so wonderful catching up with you
Oh my
in front
god.
of all these strangers.
Yeah, I know, right? This is fucked. I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this so
Like,
much.
why did you do this? What what possessed you?
To start doing this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
So-
Yeah, well, I had told you before that, like, if I was sitting around here, I've told a bunch of people that, like, my whole theory on like just being out and saying things publicly in whatever form it is, right, is just that like it's jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not that it's the notes that I don't play. You know, it's the notes that you don't play. Uh, just the idea that right, there's no such thing as practice. If we're doing this thing, let's do this thing. It can suck. It can fall on its face, and that gives us the chance to then like revamp and rebuild or whatever, right? But I also
Absolutely.
knew that, as I had said to a bunch of people, like, I would be doing what we had been doing with or without an audience. And I know a lot of people say that, but when I say that, I'm not being rhetorical. I bounce the
I've seen you on
ideas,
Twitter, so I understand you. You
right?
mean
Like,
what you said.
I mean it. I'm going to be jabbering away to nobody anyway. And,
I agree with you with Seattle.
right. So I meant, so I meant for this to be a little quick lark, right? And it was okay. Well, until we're able to get back out in these streets, I'll just be here. I'll just be here every day, and we'll just chat. And that turned into that. I think I started on day 5. So my brain is anxious, and I grew up a latchkey kid, and this is a very, very, very. This is a sad reflection of what's inside my head. This whole just it's got to be visible and seen, and I'll make a program out of it, and it'll give me a chance to see my friends, because. I mean, it's ridiculous. We haven't Skyped and we haven't done the thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Ridiculous. We're
Yeah,
gonna have to do
effortless.
this offline. We have to take it offline, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. We're gonna do it. Thank you so much for being here, baby. I
Love you.
I love you. We'll talk to you soon. Holy shit, y'all! Are you kidding me right now? Look at that! Look at that! Look at all those fucking teeth. That's a smile. That's a smile. That's a real deal smile. God damn, Dahlia. She's goals. She's goals. Mixed Dahlia Belle. Mixed Dahlia Belle. Wow. Okay, so listen. We're gonna be doing this sometimes. Now and as I said, things can fall on their face. So I did see technically what was happening with the screens. Okay, what was happening with the screens? I did try very hard to keep us each on the same side after I had cut to Dahlia. Boom, 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 right? But then we flipped, and then I was like, you know what? Let's not do any more special effects. There needs to be some private practice. So I'm gonna Tony Stark that shit, and I'm gonna come back with a Mach 2 for the interview that will be happening on Tuesday. For anybody who tuned in a little bit later and may have missed it, on Tuesday I am going to have a very special interview with Lindsay Elizabeth Cork and Charles Grant. And this is a conversation I'm very excited for. You will see why. And if you don't already know, you'll see why. There's a range of topics that we're going to be talking about, but certainly going to be addressing white supremacy in the United States and how we navigate that in the different skins that we're in, and how we can each best yield the unearned and undeserved privileges we may have been born into in order to bring forth liberation for all of humanity, right? So that's the goal there. Got a magic trick for you before we're out. Let's take a hit because I'm going to forget how to do it. But it's it's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool. Here, no, we're going to do one thing at a time. Now, before I do this, I want to say Dahlia was unaware of the fact that I was going to do a magic trick, And so the level of cringing and sphincter clenching that is happening on their part at the fact that they just submitted to be on this thing and then had that super private conversation publicly, and then I decided to do a magic trick. Are you fucking kidding me? What is happening, Mike Douglas? But I'm gonna do one. Okay, so here we go. Wait. Check this out. Okay. I swear to God, I am not going to look. Okay. All right. Okay. I think this is aiming toward you. Dahlia, are you on the mic? Are you still there?
Oh God, you're making me say that. You're getting me
No.
involved now.
Don't tell me. You can see what this is, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that means everybody else can see it too. Okay. So now, I am still. Where can I look to look away? I'm going to look all the way away. I want to show you the back because I want you to see the design. Because this, I'm going to transform both of these. Okay. All right. You see this little Marvel shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shut up. Do not judge me. Okay. This is the face to you? Is whatever it is to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here it goes. Okay. Huh? Did it work? Did it work? I think it worked. And the back changed too? Right?
I'm so mad at you right now.
It worked though, right? Yo, this is a thing that could happen, and you could have it in your very own pocket. It's true. If you decided to become a patron, you could do that. You could become an S&M patron.
Do it.
Right? And if you did that at only $5 a month, you would get one of these. And if you wanted me to write my name on it, I could do that. I could do that for you. I don't know what purpose it would possibly serve or why that would be of any use to anybody, but I hear it happens. Hey, thank you so much for spending some time with me and my friend Dahlia. This has been Smoke and Mirrors. If you want to see some pictures of the other shite that I'm up to, I'm on IG at El Caballo Negrito. Twitter, I talk shit at Caballo Negrito. If you wanted to contribute to the cause and in a financial way, because this seemed like it was worth a shit to you, I guess, then you could do that as a one-time thing. You do not have to become a patron if you don't want to. If you're too, I don't want to be a patron of the arts, that's bourgeois. Fine, great. You could drop $5 on it if you want to. You could do that at Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at Cash App. Listen, you know what? You can see all of my shit right there. Dahlia, where can the people get to you? Where can the people drop you a dime?
Oh, you can follow me for weird political tirades and early morning existential crises on Facebook, or you can look at adorable pictures of my face and sexy pictures of my butthole on Instagram.
Hey.
All at Mixed Dahlia Belle, which is me.
And do you have a Venmo, someplace they could drop you a little change?
I do have Venmo. I prefer Cash App, though. I love Cash App.
Tell them about it. Tell them about Cash App. Where can they reach you?
Yeah, and that Cash App is Dahlia Delu.
Dahlia Delu. Get with it, people. Hey, thank you so much, my babies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with my first guest. And we love you. And all right. Trump can go fuck himself. If the whole goddamn of Minneapolis burns down, that's just what it is. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.